Welcome everybody to week 16 of this Cat Can Ball. Just 1 week to go till we get to the playoffs. So first things first, let's see who the locks are. Right now we have 3 in the AFC and 4 from the NFC, which is interesting about the 4 from the NFC is that 2 are from the same division. All right, so we have 2 divisions still unaccounted for. We have the NFC East and we have the AFC South. But the Titans and the Colts are looking to both be in it unless another wildcard team prevails in the AFC. For those of you who don't know how the playoff system has changed this year from the previous NFL seasons, it used to be 6 teams from each conference went, 2 will get the bye week. Now 7 from each conference go, and 1 team will get the bye week, which means you'll get 3 playoff games from each conference in the very first week. Why did they change this? I don't know. But in any case, that's how it goes. We also have one more special lock that we want to talk about. The first overall pick goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The bet is they're probably going to get Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson, but you never know. Before we get on to the award this week of This Cat Can Ball, let's just get a quick little roundup of the week. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, Deontay Johnson, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, got over the hump he had. He had the yips.
Bring the phone back. Yeah, I'm watching.
Coaches lost faith in him. A lot of fans lost faith in him.
They're like a virus. They just show up. Nobody can figure them out.
But he definitely redeemed himself this week. Did a really good job. The bad, Baker Mayfield, he was looking really good for a little stretch there. How did he do? He was 12 of 26. That sounds pretty bad, right? Well, it gets even worse. Those are only to 2 players. He actually threw 26 passes to only 2 receivers and completed just 12 of them. That's pretty bad percentage, and that's not even the half of it. That's literally not the half. He threw 53 passes in total. No interceptions, which isn't terrible. Got sacked 4 times, no touchdowns, of course, and he lost 2 fumbles. When you're responsible for 2 individual turnovers, you kind of lost the game. So yeah, the bad is going to be Baker Mayfield. The ugly is going to be the Detroit Lions. Tom Brady, of course, he's 4 touchdown passes. He was out of the game because they didn't need him anymore. Even Blaine Gabbert threw 2 touchdown passes. That's looking pretty bad. When you're there in mop-up duty like he was, still throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's really bad. And one more segment to the ugly. As of today, the Washington football team has parted ways with Dwayne Haskins. I don't know what it is about Ohio State quarterbacks. They don't have the best run of it at the professional level, except for Shane Falco, if you remember him.
Shane Falco. Footsteps Falco from Ohio State.
So without further ado, we are going to get to the award this week. This week is going to be a little bit different. It's actually going to be the first time we're having a repeat position win it. The award this week is going to go to Brandon Allen, the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. One great thing I like about this picture of Brian Allen is it looks like it's one of those after the game shots, right? His hair's all matted down, probably by his helmet. But no, these pictures are all taken way before the season even started. They started the season with Joe Burrow. The first overall pick was looking pretty good. Of course, he went down season-ending injury. So now Brandon Allen got the job, and he had an awesome game against the Texans. Maybe people didn't pay attention to it, and it's understandable because both these teams are out of playoff contention. They're kind of playing for pride at this point, right? But Brandon Allen, let's talk about where he's coming from. He went to college at Arkansas. They're not really known for putting out NFL caliber quarterbacks, but nonetheless, he went there, was drafted in the 6th round in 2016, went to the Jaguars, and he stayed in the league 3 seasons without ever setting foot in the field. That's kind of an awesome job, if you ask me. 3 seasons collecting really badass paychecks. He didn't even set on the field. Like, even if you go onto the field to kneel the ball or just to hand it off, you still get credited as playing a game. So he went 3 entire seasons without it. Then he eventually went to the Broncos, did start last year, did an okay job in relief of Joe Flacco. This year, the Bengals started him this week against the Texans. This was a pretty high-scoring game too, 37-31. When you're thinking about that, you have no room for error because one turnover pretty much can cost you the entire game. He didn't turn the ball over once, either fumbling or interceptions. He was 29 of 37 for 371 yards. This guy closed in on 400 yards for his first big start. It's 2 touchdown passes, no fumbles. He wasn't even sacked, no interceptions. This guy did an outstanding job. And this game had 5 lead changes. In the 4th quarter, it was pretty close. One turnover pretty much could have meant the game, but it didn't come from Brandon Allen. He did a great job. And, he showed that, and he is going to be our second quarterback, and it's also another cat. We had a Panther, now we have a Bengal. So Brandon Allen is going to be taking home the award week 16. This cat can ball. that's going to wrap it up for our Week 16 edition of This Cat Can Ball, and it's actually the last This Cat Can Ball for the year. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you liked it, be sure to hit like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Tune in next week for the first one of the new year, Week 17, the last one of the regular season, before we get into the playoffs. Also, in the holiday spirit, I have a New Year video on my channel that hope you guys enjoy. I also added a little bit of music in there too. In the meantime, I am Omar, and I will see you guys next year.